Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in. So today, exciting day, we're gonna go ahead and install a FASS 165 lift pump. This is the Titanium Plus series here, and I went ahead and laid everything out, made sure that I had all my bill of materials prior to starting this install. Everything is there. We are ready to go. I went ahead and ordered the FASS fuel bowl, the OEM fuel bowl delete as well. And I just went ahead and got a extra filler neck hose in case I need it, because this one is 20 years old. So we're gonna go ahead and get all the fuel lines disconnected, the filler neck, and drop the tank. Right now, I went ahead and ran this thing until the fuel light came on, and yeah, we're gonna go ahead and jump into it now. So here we go. So now we're gonna go ahead and undo. So that right here, this T right here is actually for my auxiliary tank. It comes in from that line, goes into here, and goes right into the tank. This is the filler neck right here. Then this right here is, I assume it would be the breather too. So we're gonna go ahead and disconnect this one and this one right here, and then we're gonna go ahead and disconnect these lines up here. Ow. You can see them. Right there. So we got this one right here, this one right here, and then you have your connector right here. So we're gonna undo these three things right here. And then once that's done, I've got some PV blaster right now soaking on the fuel tank bowl, so those should come out nice and easy, and then the tank should drop down nice and easy like. Went ahead and put gloves on the return and draw line so nothing gets in them. I'm gonna go ahead and put some gloves on these two tubes as well once I get it down, but that's what you do. And then to get these clips off right here, get yourself a pair of pliers like so. You just go ahead and squeeze them like that right behind there. If I can do it, I can't even do it. There we go, like that. And the line to just slide off. And with this tab right here, there's a red tab that you pull out, and you push down on this little gray part that's right here. Right there. Push down right there, and it pops off. It's a bitch, but it pops off. So we're gonna get this thing out of the way now and get that lift pump out. So I've got this tank cleaned up, just a smidge now. So we're gonna go ahead and remove this locking ring that locks this lift pump in there, and to do so, we're gonna go ahead and take a chisel and put the chisel in one of these holes right here. And we're gonna go ahead and hit it this way so that it dislodges the locking ring and we can get that lift pump out. We're gonna go ahead and do.
Your life is truncated.
So it goes like that, and then to lock it in, you go like that, unlock it, turn it, and this thing has a spring in it. This lift pump here, but man, she is nasty. So let's go ahead and take her out, clean her up, all nice and pretty like, and we'll be back. So this thing was taken out before and these actually cracked. That's why, right, I lifted it up originally, it just fell out. All right, so we've got our new fuel sending unit from O'Reilly's. Looks pretty similar to the OEM one. It was about 200 bucks at your local O'Reilly's Auto Parts. So let's go ahead and modify this thing. So we're gonna go ahead and modify the top of the fuel basket now. So we're gonna go ahead and chop this fuel send port off first.
Never made it as a wise man.
All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and clearance this webbing or honeycomb material right here. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut just before this line right here. I'm gonna remove all this material and then I'm gonna put the other hole right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove all this material right behind the connector as well.
It's not like you to say sorry. I was waiting on a different story. This time I'm mistaken for handing you a heart worth breaking. And I've been wrong, I've been down, been to the bottom of every bottle. This thought was.
All right, we've got both our surfaces decently sanded down. We're gonna go ahead and drill 2 7/8 inch holes.
It's not like you didn't know that. I said look.
Sorry, this is a sticker. I was like, did I drill 3 holes there? So that's a sticker. So yeah, they got your 2 holes right there. I'm gonna go ahead and go on the back of these 2 holes here. And I'm gonna clearance this honeycomb material around it now. All right, so we've got the bottom holes clearanced and sanded. Same with the top holes clearanced and sanded. Again, just a sticker. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and install our fittings. Now we're going to go ahead and take our tank measurements for the hoses. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and take our measurements for our supply and feed. Make sure that your tank is properly supported with a support on each end. Got our suction tube cut, and I went ahead and made 4 notches right there. And then we're gonna go ahead, and it says to use grease. I'm gonna go ahead and just put some automatic transmission fluid in there and just slip it on the suction. Last tube on. This one is coming from the whatever the engine doesn't use. Alright, so now that we've got all of our hoses installed, I'm going to go ahead and install the float and the electrical harness back in here.
Turned away from it all like a blind man sat on a fence.
We're gonna go ahead and install it back in the tank now. Everything is zip tied and looking good. Now we're going to be installing the line. You got these 2 lines on the fittings, and the fittings connected to the lift pump. I tell you what, these lines were something else to push on. I dang near popped the blood vessel. We're going to go ahead and install our fittings now on to the FASS system. It's now we're gonna go ahead and mount the tank. We're gonna go ahead and begin mounting the FASS now. So we're gonna go ahead and remove that bolt and washer right there. I'm only getting started, and I can see you. Okay, so we've got our bracket now. Don't forget your your what is it, rubber bushing right here that goes between these brackets, and then this bushing right here is going to go in between the frame or the bed and the bracket itself. So let's go ahead and try to get her mounted in there.
Let's go a little harder. I won't black out. I'm on my way. I'm only getting started. I won't black out. It's time I got nothing. Let's go a little harder.
All right, so the FASS is no longer right there when I tried running or plumbing the lines. I just couldn't get it to work with this here auxiliary fan in the way, so it is mounted right there. Instead, I just drilled 2 holes in my bed there and mounted it that way, and it's actually tucked up nice behind this toolbox, so you wouldn't even know it's on here unless you looked under here, so that's cool. Nice and stealthy. So yeah, now we're gonna go ahead and plumb the supply line from the fuel tank there. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it to length, and then get one of those pain in the you know what fittings on there. So here we go.
Let's go a little harder. I won't black out. I'm on my way. I'm only getting started. I won't black out. It's time I got.
So we've got the FASS mounted, but we had to drop the tank again because these fittings right here are about the hardest thing to do other than landing on the moon. I swear to God. So we had to drop the tank, and the only way I was able to get these fittings in there is by putting the line in here and clamping it down, and just about gave myself a hernia shoving that thing in there. I swear to God. I still have 2 more fittings to do on the line that goes from the FASS to the CP3. So I'll go ahead and video myself doing those fittings to give you guys an idea and hopefully help you guys out if you run into the same problems I have. I guess there's a specialty tool you can buy, but I ain't got it. I got good old fashioned elbow grease and these paws right here. So that's what we're gonna do. I'll film it for you guys. All right, I've got the tank back in there, and the supply and return lines ran to the FASS unit itself. I went ahead and installed the filters as well, just to seal up everything. The only thing I haven't installed yet is the supply to the CP3. I've got a cap on there right now. But before we do that, we're gonna go ahead and install the filter delete kit from FASS. So this is the OEM fuel filter location. I find it easiest just to access it directly through the fender well. And so we've got your water and fuel sensor, or your fuel heater. I forget which one is which, but yeah, you got your fuel heater and your water and fuel sensor. And then you've got your lines over here. So this right here was the supply line. There's no need for that anymore, so that's going to be coming out. And then you have your returns. Can you see that? Oh, come on, focus. I don't know if you can see that shiny looking line right there. That's the return, and it just goes down this line over here, along with these lines right there. So we're gonna go ahead and I already drained the fuel out of this thing, so there's no fuel in it, or minimal fuel in it. So we're gonna go ahead and undo these clips, and then, gosh, this camera, iPhone quality. Undo these clips, and then undo these lines, and the FASS fuel filter delete kit comes with the plate itself. And then we got some crush washers. We got a plug. I assume the plug probably goes either here or here, probably for like additional fueling or whatnot. And then we've got, what the heck are these? Oh, your mounting screws. So we're gonna go ahead and get her done.
Rising up, back on the street. Did my time, took my chances. Went the distance, now I'm back on my feet. Just a man and his will to survive. So many times it happens too fast. You trade your passion for glory. Don't lose your grip on the dreams of the past. You must fight.
All right, so the next step we're gonna do is we're gonna remove this water and fuel sensor right here and install it on the bottom of the FASS. And then they supply you with a plug that goes right into that port right there. So we're gonna go ahead and install this plug into this port and the water and fuel sensor onto the bottom port right there. All right, so we've got our block off port right here installed, our block off plug, excuse me, and then our water and fuel sensor installed as well. Now we're gonna go ahead and install the unit itself.
Fight, rising up to the challenge of our rival. And the last known survivor stalks his prey in the night. And he's watching us now with the eye of the tiger.
All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and pull the CP3 feed line off, the OEM one. That's where the new FASS line is gonna go. So we're gonna go ahead and pull this banjo bolt out and install this fitting. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and place this on hand tight with a cover over it, make sure nothing gets in there, and so I can mock up the lines properly, or the last line properly. So let's get it.
Watching us now with the eye of the tiger. The eye of the tiger. The eye of the tiger. Eye of the tiger. The eye of the tiger.
Girl, I know I don't know you, but your pretty little eyes so blue are pulling me in like the moon on your skin. I'm so glad glad you trusted me to slide up on this dusty
Same thing.
street and let your hair down.
All the way to the dust cover.
Town, got the stars coming out.
And that's how it's done, ladies and gentlemen.
And all I know now,
Next step is installing it and running it.
you got
So
your
here we go.
hands up. You're rocking in my truck. You got the radio on. You're singing every song. I'm set on cruise control. I'm slowly losing hope of everything I've got. You're looking so damn hot, and I don't know what road we're on or where we've been. From staring at you, girl, all I know is I don't want this night to end. Gonna cuss the morning when it comes, 'cause I know that.
We've got all the electrical hooked up now. It's this one. Not all that, just this. We don't have it hooked up to the CP3 yet because I am gonna flush it, probably do at least like a gallon or two of fuel, just to make sure all the debris and all the grease and shit are out of the lines. So much room for activities in here with that fuel filter delete. It's crazy. Awesome. So now I'm gonna go ahead and just start cleaning up a little bit. And while that is going on, I'm gonna go ahead and fill her up. All right, guys, so now we've got the FASS mounted, installed. We've got all the lines ran and secured along with the wiring harness. So now I'm just gonna go ahead, lower it down one more time, start it up, make sure we have no leaks now that everything is where it's gonna be permanently. So yeah, this is the finished product here. Go ahead and start with connection over at the CP3 there. That right there is the fuel heater wrapped up, zip tied. Fuel filter delete goes down. Runs there, comes down here, down here. It's actually the line on top there. The other two lines are for my auxiliary transmission cooler. You can see the new harness right there up at top as well. Zip tie fetish right there. Comes up through there. Comes up there. That line right there is the supply to the CP3. That's the return supply from the tank. That is the finished product right there. Cool. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Oh my God. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you have any questions, comments, leave them down below and give me some ideas for the next video. Till next time, peace out, guys. Thanks for tuning in.